Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-May right through to mid-June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, the frequencies of the earth are changing at this present time. You can all feel it, of course, and what it means is the Tibetan symbols that I normally use may not be as palatable to the ear as they used to be, as we become more sensitive and open to the vibrations around us. So I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using Gaia chimes to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in towards you. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know regarding their love journey? Can you please show them the way? Where do they feel like they're at right now? And who is to come towards them for their highest good? Well, the deck is getting a little bit complex there, so that definitely means there's change and movement in your circumstances. We have the Empress energy. We have the Sun there as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? I see a lot of you have withdrawn your interest in the dating scene for some time. This could be because of a period of illumination, of healing for some of you, because you have the Sun and the Star here. But this is about allowing yourself to be seen. But I feel a lot of you have been investing in self. Healthier self-care needs and practices, rituals, things like that. The Empress energy indicates that you are someone who is blossoming. Now, it can be that you've been waiting for love for some time. Some of you may be mature, or you're getting older and wiser, and you certainly know what you want in a relationship and certainly what you do not want in a relationship. But this indicates that you are someone who is highly attractive, and actually you do get a lot of attention. Whether you notice it or not, a lot of people connected to this Empress energy and the Sun there in this resistance position. I'm feeling that you don't notice it, but you do get a lot of attention there. Now, this card can indicate that some of you are learning to open your heart once more. It can indicate as well that you've been prioritizing your abundance, your projects, your prosperity. Some of you may have responsibilities, family responsibilities there, or you're a carer, for example, and you know, you've been giving a lot of yourself to others at this time. I don't see you really changing that. I feel, you know, you are trying to become more balanced in that. But I also see here that you want to give back to self. This is a reinvestment card. You have a lot of potential to attract someone new, and a lot of you are getting a love wish here as well. But this is really acknowledging that the pause for love was on purpose. It was there for you to really kind of like know more about yourself, deepen your connection with your higher self. And for some of you, my readings are not really about aesthetics, but it can be that some of you are rediscovering a part of yourself, but also implementing beauty routines that perhaps you feel you have neglected for some time, because this card in this position can indicate that life has been busy, it's been hard, and there is a reconnect here with your natural self, but also nourishing you and being more creative. So this card indicates that a lot of you are trying to lock onto a part of yourself where there was more fun, more lightheartedness as well there. As you mature, things start to hit different. So you may want different things in a relationship now than you did many years ago. So it says here, approach the conflict with an open heart. Give the other person the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so if you have had like a bit of an inner battle regarding love, some of you may have been disappointed or let down, or perhaps you were connected to something that started to grow into something that was really flourishing, but suddenly it ended. I'm being given the words budding, ended. Those two words in the water right now, budding and ended. So perhaps you were connected to somebody, as I mentioned, but it didn't go anywhere, or it was not reciprocated in the same way. It doesn't mean there wasn't love there, doesn't mean there weren't feelings there, but it can indicate that the experience was there to teach you a lesson about yourself, your boundaries, and how to value yourself in a different way, because you're showing up in the protagonist energy as the Empress. So this means that you know your self-worth, that you are worthy of love, that you are lovable, but it may have taken you a long time to recognize that about yourself. There may have been an inner battle that you are trying to conquer. And I feel as you mature, you will become more comfortable in your own skin and love yourself a little bit deeper there. But also this can be an energy of giving love the benefit of the doubt, okay? Because this is a singles reading, and the Empress energy, it tells me that, you know, you are ready to fall in love, that you are someone who perhaps, you know, may have connected to someone in the past, or maybe even an experience from your past. Doesn't always have to be something that you experienced in a relationship. I'm actually being given the word adolescence right now, so this can indicate that some of you had something from your teenage years that perhaps dulled your shine. Some of you may have been bullied, for example. You could have been healing that aspect of yourself. So I feel there is this energy of like allowing yourself to be seen, because the sun is in the resistance position. So some of you may have withdrawn from love, or maybe didn't make it your sort of priority or your focus. And it feels like there is this energy of withdrawal, okay? The sun has set, for example, on your love life for a certain period of time so that you can have a glow up. But anything that is in the resistance position in my readings, you know, this reading is for 6 weeks. It will go into the upright like this, okay? So it says here, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself right now. This is a period of happiness. So this is about you learning about who you are, what you love, you know, committing yourself to yourself as a best friend to really enjoy the moment, the finer things in life. A lot of you are trying to build a life of comfort, luxury, and really give back to self at this time. And I definitely see here that a period of you getting out there and being on the right path to meeting a person is starred for you, because you do have the star, and it is a wish. But I feel like you've been going through a very intense period of personal development and growth with that sun energy right there. Now the star indicates that you're aligning yourself for a brighter future. And that is in terms of your own personal development, as well as you opening yourself up to all the things that you wish for. You're working hard to make that happen. A lot of you, with the sun in this position, it can indicate that you may have been going through a period of sadness, lament, or even for some of you, depression. You know, it feels like things just hit different. Maybe the last couple of years have been very challenging for humanity, and it can indicate that you have felt that the things you normally loved, even your friendships, everything's evolving, and you're just trying to rediscover a part of yourself. And I definitely see that this period is you kind of like coming back to best and bringing peace of mind. A lot of you inspired during this time, getting more creative. And it says here, a sign of a peaceful period of healing, feeling truly confident in being yourself around another person. So I definitely see that some of you, it can be that you are coming into balance where not only are you healing aspects of self, you are looking forward to the future, but also I feel there is this energy of like creating space for love to come on in, a healthier kind of environment there. So you could be breaking old habits at this time, detoxifying, really focusing on your needs and priorities, and hoping to meet a person who is looking for the same thing in life. Because sometimes, you know, we can fall in love with a person and they can love us back to the ends of the earth, right? But if you're not aligned in goals or what you see for your future, you know, in terms of your belief system, morals, and the things that you want in your future, then of course it can be a misalignment. Doesn't mean they don't feel something for you, but it can mean that they're not the right person to take this journey of life and love with you. So sometimes we have to accept that we have to let go of people or situations that we outgrow. And I feel a lot of you are going through this period of growth where now you're aligning with the person that you are meant to be with. So I would say that this is a period of being more confident about yourself. The star is a light source. It is a celestial body that shines its light. You've got two of those. So I feel a lot of you are learning to shine your light again, to be your wonderful self authentically and not allow anyone to dull your shine. So let's get to the Celtic cross and see, you know, what is going on for you, because the Empress energy indicates that you're ready. You know, it's a very fertile environment for a healthy love to come on in. You've done the work, and I feel, how would you like to receive? Okay, we have the Five of Wands here, and we have the King of Swords. Now, the Five of Wands can be the inner battle, and because we do have this conflict energy with that Empress straight away, this can be that, you know, you've worked hard to keep your heart open based on the experiences that you've had. It may have been challenging. Oh, no. Unless they pop out of the deck, I don't take them. I do not choose the cards. We've got another Five of Swords. So a lot of you, there's been a period of pressure that you've been under. A lot of you, stress levels quite high. You've been trying to create some sort of balance. Now, this can be just life, right? Challenges of life there. But I feel some of you could be thinking about the experiences of the past. I almost want to say the ghosts of the past. This could be conversations that you're having in your mind about the things you wish you could have said to somebody, or maybe experiences that you could have had. You know, the missed opportunities. I want you to be aware that there's no such thing as a missed opportunity. What is meant for you will never, ever pass you by. So I want you to be aware of that. We've got the King of Wands here. We've got the Six of Cups. Now, as I said that, you know, the Six of Cups is nostalgia. It is a nostalgia card. So it can indicate that some of you thoughts about the past, but it can also indicate a time where you think back to your vitality, your energy, your sense of purpose, your joy, your passions. You know, you're still that person. So if life has been pretty tough recently and you feel that it's chipped away at you a little bit, I feel like you're going to have a rebirth. A new era is upon you. And there's some exciting things to come. You have that Eight of Pentacles, so that means you are working on yourself. Some of you are rebuilding, working hard to make life work for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We've got the Devil card there. Can you please clarify, my beautiful Geminis, who is coming towards them regarding love? What do they need to know at this time for their highest good? We have the Three of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. Threes tend to mean you're going to experience some sort of group activity. And finally, we've got the Magician. I'm just going to go one more, just to clarify this. Can you build upon the Magician for my beautiful Geminis? What do they need to know with this for their highest good? What else regarding the Magician? Okay, the Ten of Wands, releasing baggage. It was in the Resistance position, incidentally, but I don't really take reversals in these readings. But the Ten of Wands can be releasing something, releasing pressure, or some sort of new start upon you. But I feel, you know, you're lightening your load. The Ten of Wands indicates you're a very strong person, whatever you've been going through. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if things have been building and pressure. But the Ten of Wands, it normally means you're really close to achieving your goal. But it can be that the sum of your experiences have been weighing you down or haunting you recently, or, you know, you've been called to really like pick through those things. You know, Ten of Wands can mean that you're feeling a little bit stuck in a rut and there's just a restlessness, a need for change. So I do see an energy here of you kind of like being on the precipice of meeting someone. I mean, there's a King of Swords energy here. So this is a Gemini card. And I feel this is about you acknowledging what you want in a relationship right now. Some of you may have fluctuated in terms of what you want. And I only say that because you have a Five of Wands, which can be an inner battle because it is your starting card. Okay. But also we got the Devil card, so this can indicate that, you know, you're following your passions, that, you know, you're happy to have some sort of flirtatious connection. You're not sure if you want that to turn into a high-level commitment. This can be the duality of you, okay? That sort of like purposeful conversation of the angels sitting on each shoulder saying, you just want to have a flirtation. And then the other one's like, no, you want a relationship that's long-term. So this could be, you know, this inner battle that's been going on. Some of you could be having moments of like, yeah, I want to be in a high-level commitment. I want to be with my significant other, a divine counterpart. But then the other part of you is like, I'm independent, I'm wild, I'm free, you know, I don't want attachments, I enjoy life to a certain degree, and I'm passionate and I'm self-sufficient, I don't need anybody. So this could be the fluctuation, okay? That's something that's coming out there, because this is a foundation card, and this is the inner battle, conflict in some way. I mean, this is another card that highlights conflict, but I have to acknowledge, and this is interesting, we have two kings here. So this can indicate that there is literally rivalry for your affection. And some of you may know about this already. This could be someone who's on your mind. So it can be literally, even if you don't have any options when it comes to love right now in this present moment, it can indicate that someone from your past played a significant role in your life, and somehow they got put on a bit of a pedestal. Okay, and it can be that whenever you meet a person, you don't intentionally do it, but you may somehow measure up the person with a past person in terms of that spark, that connection, that passion. Note that, of course, a new person is going to be a different energy, but you're still going to get that chemistry and everything that you desire in a relationship. You know, the King of Swords, as I said, is a Gemini energy, and this can be fluctuating thoughts. Swords are all of the mind. And for some of you, not all of you, but some of you may also be healing a trust issue, because this can indicate you were at some point partnered with a person who was a little bit loose with the truth. And that's not going to resonate with everyone, of course, but it could also indicate that someone hurt you in the past. It doesn't have to be that they were untruthful or there was a betrayal there, but it can indicate it. But it can also indicate that you were hurt in the past by somebody, and that you were building something with someone where it started to flourish. And as you can see there, the castle, it's not quite complete, but also it feels like some of it's fallen away, shedding. Okay, so you could be in a period of basically deheading the roses, as it were, to promote growth, maybe decluttering your life in some way, detoxifying, because you have that Devil card. Some of you may have had a bond with a person who was very passionate, very magnetic, but it was a toxic bond or some sort of trauma bond cycle that you were part of. And the King of Swords energy, because it is a Gemini card, it means you're trying to cut this out. You're trying to stop this. You're trying to stop the temptation to even think about this for some of you. Let me just pull a card on these two cards here, because they are complex cards together in those positions. So I would say that the majority of you, you know, I feel that you're not talking to anybody right now, okay? That's the energy I'm picking up on. If you are talking to someone right now, I feel there's a little bit of a back and forth energy going on, and it is going to be a process. I see that this will not commit to a high-level commitment for some time. Okay, so I feel you both may lean on each other for support, lean into each other for, you know, physical attraction and a connection, but I feel it won't get deeper until like way later. I got to be honest with the energy that I see. But if you're not talking to someone right now as well, I feel that some of you could be picking over the bare bones of the past. And this does not have to be past situations with love. It can be like your life. It can be the journey that you've taken from the very start right till now, because you know, that Six of Cups is presiding in your reading, which tells me, you know, foundations from the very beginning. This could be also your idea of what it means to be in a high-level commitment, marriage for some of you, because we have that Hierophant card. If you have, I mean, look, we got the Six of Cups again, and we've got the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Hierophant was first, the Six of Cups was second, and then the Page of Wands. So the Hierophant indicates commitment. It is a card of traditions. It can indicate that from the very beginning, whether you witness parents or guardians divorcing or, you know, turbulent energy, it's like the very foundation what has been passed on as a narrative is something that maybe you witnessed and it influenced the way that you operate in love, but also it could have, spun you into a cycle where you attracted very similar things. So, for example, if you witness parents or guardians, arguing all the time and very combustible energy, passionate, fiery, a lot of conflict, it can indicate that you seek those things later on in life as almost like, this feeling of being alive, like, this is what a relationship really means because you've witnessed that when you were younger. And although it's not healthy, it can be something that on a subconscious level you seek out or discover in relationships. The drama is a thing that makes everything feel so intense and urgent and like in the moment and like lost in each other. But is it damaging? So some of you could be asking those questions right now, or even for some of you seeking guidance or counseling on aspects of self. So this is not going to resonate with all of you, but it could be something that's been on your mind, or even something that you're trying to break down within yourself right now, because this can be like a generational thing that you're trying to kind of like disconnect from, especially since the Six of Cups is there. Now, some of you could have been married or in a high-level commitment in the past, and it can be that, you have those experiences under your belt, and you may preempt that perhaps you're going to experience something similar again. But I would say you're going to have a fresh new start here. There is an arrival of a new person. Pages tend to be new people in your life. Someone who's very exciting to be with is coming in. I would say this person's got very strong fire in their chart, okay? And I would say that there's this energy of you acting upon impulse to go somewhere. What I'm seeing right now is either you are thinking about an event or an option to experience in life, whether it's like a festival or an event or a place you go to. What I'm seeing right now, and this again may not resonate with everyone, but I have to show you what I see. I mean, I wish I could literally show you, but I will tell you what I can see in the water as it comes forward. It feels like you're going to go to some sort of event where there is like a wristband. It's like to enter a venue or to prove that you were in an event, or I mean, it could be a wristband that has the name of the place or festival. Like, it's like a festival band. Like, you go in there and you're like, yeah, I'm into the festival. You got to wear that band to go in and out of the festival, right? To prove that you paid and you have entry to this place. So it could be a very official place that you meet this person where a wristband is required. For some of you, I mean, it could be like if you're going on a vacation. It could be like an all-inclusive kind of vacation, for example, where you get a wristband that kind of bands you into a certain category where you get like everything all in or part in for your vacation, for example. I'm just trying to think of all the places where you could actually require a wristband. I mean, it could also indicate that perhaps the person you're about to meet is a medical practitioner, for example. So please take it as it resonates. I can only give you what I see, and I'll leave it at that. But the Page of Wands indicates that, you are going to go on some sort of like purposeful event, or, you're called to go to a place, and it feels very sort of like on the spur of the moment. Okay, maybe something you're thinking about, but you're not sure whether you're going to do it, but then suddenly you just do it, you're booking it. Okay, so that's something that's happening here for you. Also, I feel some of you could be kind of like lamenting the past, because you may have felt that responsibility has visited you, and that, life is pretty serious right now, and you have a lot sitting on your shoulders, and it can indicate that you feel a part of yourself, that like adventurous fun part, has had to take a bit of a backseat. It's still there, but I feel like you've been prioritizing other things at this moment, and your vitality is going to return. We do have on the earthly plane position the Five of Swords, so this can literally be that you've been licking wounds, healing perhaps, but also this can indicate tension. Now, as you can see, there's lots of skulls there, which represent death card energy, as in like transformation, change, but it can be the experiences that you're literally putting behind you. This can be a period where you are trying to be your authentic version of yourself, and you have to face some things and be really honest and take accountability and say, look, that was an experience I had. Perhaps you spent too long in that experience and you should have let it go a lot quicker than you did. But you're learning. We're all learning. We're all the student of life. We've all been through some sort of experience where we think back and think, oh, you know what, I should have just nipped that in the bud and said no. I should have said, another option. I should have, coulda, woulda, all those situations that go along with the Five of Swords energy. But in this tension, in this kind of like overthinking, overanalyzing energy, this can be where there is change. The Five of Swords can be an energy where, conflict in a good way can help you see what you want and what you don't want. And it really helps you to discover how you are going to change that, how you're going to do something different about it. And what else am I getting from this Five of Swords energy? I mean, the Five of Swords can indicate you're under a lot of pressure. It can also indicate that either someone has, cheated you or perhaps given you the brush off in some way in love in the past, and it wounded you, and it may make you feel that people are not interested in long-term relationships. They're indecisive, they are inconsistent, and you may have withdrawn from the dating scene because you just feel like it's a minefield right now out there, and you're thinking, well, who can I trust? How can I invest everything that I've got to invest in a long-term relationship when I just don't know how the future is going to pan out? And I'm going to pull a quick card on that. Because it is your earthly plane position, it can indicate that you're doing a lot of overthinking right now about a situation. And of course, with the Five of Wands, if you're someone who has two options right now, if you have those two kings, someone you think about all the time, that's on your mind, like the ghosts of the past, and then someone who's actually kind of present in your world. For some of you, with the Devil card, there could be a temptation to reunite or revisit with someone who perhaps is a little bit detached, someone who's emotionally unavailable, someone who is very physically thrilling to be with, that it's very exciting in the dynamics. You may want a little bit more from this person, but perhaps they are not capable of giving more to the situation, which is going to leave you waiting, yearning, or moving on. So the decision will be yours ultimately. That's your prerogative which one you choose. I mean, the fact that we got Three of Wands and we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands has now shown up again. This is like a triangle going on here. And it doesn't mean that, you're seeing one over the other. It can be that you just have someone on your mind, someone who's not present. For example, if some of you are coming to this reading and you're a widow, for example. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. There are no words to comfort you. Of course, as you know, you will go through this grieving process. But I want you to be aware that whoever this person is that has transitioned there, Six of Cups presiding your energy means that this person's always around, and when you think about them, it's because their presence is really close. And yes, you're working on yourself right now with that Eight of Pentacles there, but the Ten of Wands is basically like, of course you can never replace this person, and you wouldn't want to. The memory will always be with you. The past in some form will always walk with you, but at the same time, it's time to look further afield, expand your horizons, and open yourself up to love. Open your heart again. And I feel that they want you to be happy. Okay, it's almost like this person's maybe guiding you or giving you little nuggets of omens to say, okay, love again. It's good. I'm cool with it. I just want you to be happy. Okay, so that's something that's coming down there as well, because the Hangman can be someone who is, in spirit, as it were, someone who is around but not in the present form. So I want you to be aware of that. In the Three of Wands, it can be expand your horizons. You're locked on to achieving your goals, of course, but trust yourself, trust the situation, follow your heart. You're actually in harmony with your heart's desire, and relationships and situations will align with what it is that you want. So I feel this is about moving forward and acknowledging that you are being guided to. It's like you're being given the thumbs up to, okay? And with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. For those of you who, have two people on your mind, though, maybe one person is someone you don't talk to regularly, but comes in and out occasionally, I feel this is about you kind of surrendering this relationship in order to embrace someone new, because I do see someone new coming on in, okay? And they are more in alignment with your heart's desire, but also they speak your love language and they want the same things in a relationship. Equally passionate, intense, loving, pure, faithful, kind, and someone who is emotionally available to take this journey with you, because it is a journey. So, and you need someone who is strong enough to walk by your side. And I definitely see that you're going to meet someone who actually supports the union rather than tears the energy down or is one-sided. Now, we're moving on to the past position. We got the King of Wands. Some of you may have dealt with either a Gemini or an Aries energy in the past. Doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising. Could also be that you dealt with someone who was a fire element. But I feel symbolically this is connected to the vibration that you feel like you're at, because you've shown up in King energy. So it can indicate in the past you had a lot more energy, a lot more excitement for love. It can indicate you were more confident even, but you're gaining your confidence again. But I would say here that this is about you influencing your circumstances, making a promise to yourself that this year is the year things change. So I definitely see here action. A lot of you are thinking about something that you want to go to or attend, okay? Because this can be like a leadership card where you're taking control of your life. And I would definitely say here that it's more of a decision card from your past position that I'm getting. But it could be a person, for example, someone that you were attracted to. And it can be, for some of you, not all of you, because the Hierophant came out, for some of you, you may have been connected to someone who was connected to someone else. Maybe the triangle is that, okay? So no judgment here, of course, but I feel this person will always return to the person they are connected to or married to. I want you to be aware of that. Even if they say sweet nothings in your ear and say, oh yeah, I'm going to leave that person one day. Yeah, that one day. Six of Cups. This particular person, they will always return to the person that they are bonded to. And I hate to give that message, but I got to be honest with you. I got to see it as it is, okay? The Eight of Pentacles indicates you will not be moving forward with that person if they are married or, in a relationship with someone else. I have to make you aware of that. It's your prerogative what you do with that information, but, I can see that it's not going to develop any further. It stops there is what I'm seeing. Now, the King of Wands energy can also be that you've been learning to shine your light. This King of Wands is holding a staff that literally is utilizing the energy of the sun. So you're having a glow up personally. A lot of you are not connected to anybody. The majority energy that I'm picking up on is that you're single, you're looking for love, you're hoping to find the person you're meant to be with. And I actually see a return to happier times. And the universe is actually going to reach out and offer you a gift, an opportunity. But this period right now that you're in is a period of calm reflection, thinking about the past, relationships, the possibilities that you felt were abound back then. They are going to happen again, but with different people and different energies. So, this can be that there is a sense of serenity and well-being as you reinvest in self. A lot of you are going to spend time with friendships that perhaps you feel like you've lost touch with. I see a reconnection or a reunion energy there as well. Okay. I'm picking up an energy now. Depends on your belief system, of course, but I just felt like past life regression come through in the energy. Some of you may have just gone for that or maybe thinking about that. But when you meet this new person, there's actually going to be a conversation about past life regression. And both of you are going to say something very similar. And you're going to find out energetically, and you're going to feel it actually, that you've known each other before in a past lifetime. Okay, so that's come through very strongly, but with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to disconnect from that in order to bring it down to a more grounded energy for what I'm reading for right now, the reality of a situation. Six of Cups, this is your potential. So, some of you could actually reunite with a person from your past, and this could present an event that you go to. Let me just see if this is a romantic frisson between you and a past person. So it could be someone from college that you always had a bit of a thing for, but nothing really transpired. This person, you could somehow find yourself back in contact with this person, or maybe you worked with someone and there was always kind of a will they, won't they, but it never worked out. And it can be that suddenly it's an option. Remember, what is meant for you will never ever pass you by. It comes back around. We got the Five of Cups. No. So again, same message. I want you to be aware This is more of a return to happier times, building new memories with a new person, because we do have the Strength card, which means as you look back, you have to be strong and acknowledge that some of those lessons were there to help you with your future right now. Sometimes when I look back on all the lessons that I learned, and some of them were like super painful, I mean, I wouldn't want to revisit that part of my life, but if I had to go back and talk to my younger self, I'd say, trust me, it gets better, okay? I would say that you've got to withstand this energy, because some of these lessons, you may not know why you're learning them right now, but in the future, they're going to hold you in good stead. So I feel this is you being a very strong person, especially since you've got that 10 of Wands there as well. We've got the 5 of Cups. So I would say a lot of you are lamenting the past. Maybe a past kind of energy of yourself. As I said, you may have felt that you've lost touch with a part of yourself, and it's still in there, but I feel like you're discovering more about life. And, the 5 of Cups, it can indicate that sometimes we spend a lot of time looking back at the losses, but the universe is saying, keep your eyes peeled, because I'm about to send you the love of your life. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a figure lamenting 3 cups. They're all spilt on the floor. So this can indicate that a lot of you have had experiences that made you lose your taste for love. So you withdrew from the love arena, the dating scene. Perhaps you thought you didn't want love anymore, or it was not reciprocated in the way that you'd hoped for. It didn't meet your expectations. So emotionally, you kind of shut down or withdrew there. But this can indicate that you are about to turn a corner or a page and discover that there's 2 cups for your future. And this indicates that this bridging point where you're learning more about yourself actually puts you on the path to meet a union between you and another person, where both of you fall in love and there is a deeper understanding. You'll kind of realize why you were meant to let go of the past in order to embrace the future when you meet this new person. And as I said, pages tend to be new energy, new people coming into your life. So we've got a Page of Swords here, meaning you're going to be talking to someone new, someone who meets you on a very intellectual, cerebral level, as well as someone who has a lot of fun, a lot of love. They're emotionally available to offer you that love that you truly deserve and desire. Now, some of you may get a communication from someone from your past, but because the 5 of Cups was present there, it tends to tell me that you're trying to shut down that part of your life. It hurts too much to go back. So with a lot of love and respect, I feel I'm moving on from that, but also I feel like you are moving on from that energy as well. Because the 8 of Pentacles is in your next 6 weeks position, it tells me you're focused on yourself, prioritizing your own needs, building your life. Some of you may be even rebuilding after something there. The 8 is the number of the self, so it feels like you're working really hard, investing in you, but also some of you may open yourself up to new knowledge. So it could be that you're putting yourself in a course of learning, or you're just learning more about yourself, developing as it were. And I feel with this 8 of Pentacles, this is the foundation of the next level. And I feel like this is you accomplishing your goal, looking at how far you've come. And I feel this is you just knowing more about yourself so that you can really understand your needs in a relationship and articulate them from a healthy position as well there. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles always has a nod to the future, and because you have the star there connected to that, it tells me that there is a brighter future, and I feel like you're preparing right now. Next 6 weeks, I feel, is a preparation either for an event. For some of you, it could be a relocation. This could literally be that you're moving everything that you own to another environment, new neighborhood, new place, new country, for example, or maybe you're moving jobs, or maybe there's some sort of big ending happening in your life right now. Could be the end of a relationship that you're healing from. And when the moment is right, you will move forward and you'll meet the person you're meant to be with. But we do have that Devil card. It is in your advice to yourself in this moment, which is to feel a little bit frisky. Perhaps this is you following your passions, getting interested, or even rediscovering that spark in life, because this can be that lust for life. It doesn't always have to be a negative card, but the Devil card can also be you looking at things that hurt you. Things that are toxic, whether it's people, situations, friendships you've outgrown, maybe even memories from the past. Do you want to keep revisiting memories that hurt you? Sometimes we have to acknowledge, and this is one of the hardest things that I had to acknowledge as well, and that most people go through at some point, which is that, getting an apology or sorry from someone who hurt us is not the validation we need to move forward. Okay, you are a strong, independent person, and sometimes, yeah, we'd love to know why certain people do certain things, okay? But sometimes we'll never get those answers, and that is freeing in itself, because that's you reclaiming your power. Okay, I'm just going to pull a quick card with this devil energy to see what's going on there, because this is your advice to yourself in this moment. So it can be to detox, or if you're feeling like stuck in a rut, it can be that you just cannot see right now that love is going to come on in for you, and that could be like a limiting belief system, like a constraint. Sometimes when we acknowledge that something's not happening, we feel maybe it's never going to happen, but I actually see some sort of change happening for you in your future. And I feel either you're traveling or you are broadening your horizons, going to new neighborhoods or different events, something connected to, as I said, that wristband. And this is where you're going to find a person. We got the sun. So this can be like, sometimes we get a little bit negative, we get a bit cranky. That's just life. We all do. And then the sun energy can be that you're trying to be more positive, but also this can be the period of personal development and growth where you're healing, detoxifying. That figure is literally in a bath. So it can be that you're purifying your energy, creating space for healthy love to come on in, because you do not want to repeat a cycle. And also for some of you, the devil card can represent overthinking with that Five of Swords there, and it can highlight that you may have felt anxious from time to time that maybe no one's coming on in, but I feel very soon you shall see. The sun is an illumination card, so just as you are learning to find fun and embrace joy in life and live in the present moment, I feel you put the shadow, behind you. As you can see, the sun is literally eclipsing the devil and putting that shadow there. So I feel a lot of you, it could be that you are seeing a cycle that has kept you bound or stuck, but now you're putting that shadow behind you in some way to embrace the sun or embrace joy and a happier time ahead. So I would say that you're soon about to see a new person walk into your life. Keep getting pages here, so that is important. We have the Three of Pentacles, and this is the circumstances outside of yourself. Okay, so this is a gathering of people. Now, it can be that someone is already talking about you, who has a little bit of interest in you, a crush perhaps, or still has feelings for you, but I feel like you're going to meet a new person. Okay, that's something that's coming through strongly there. The Three of Pentacles indicates you're upgrading in life in some way, raising your vibrations. You are wanting to settle down, because this can be nesting, okay, but perhaps you feel it's a long way to get there, or you feel like there's certain processes that you need to accomplish before you get there. I feel this is you kind of like, for some of you, not all of you, but like putting it over there. It's like, yeah, I want love, but not now, maybe like over there. Right now I don't want any attachments. I've got my projects, I'm working on my prosperity, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff. So it can be that, you are deciding when it's time to reach for love. The option will be there when you feel you're ready for that as well. But the Three of Pentacles brings people together. So again, I'm seeing this wristband, and this can be relevant in some way. So, Now, this is the randomest thing that I've just got coming through. It's making me smile. Very famous movie, Grease. Okay, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta there. I'm seeing them like doing their thing, strutting their stuff. And I'm hearing that song, oh my gosh, We Go Together, like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to say that. It's like Ramalama Ding Dong or something. We're one of a kind, like, again, I'm not going to say that, but it's like do whatever. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Very famous song. You probably know that. And if you don't, you're probably going to hear it in the next coming weeks or months. So what is that? Either you're going to a music festival or some sort of like revival night for like songs from a certain era. Listen out for that song. When you hear that song, it is a highlight that you're going to be in a group of people, or you're going to be in an event where you meet someone that is kind of like wanting the same things as you. I feel like you're being brought together. I'm being given the early stages. I mean, some of you could be working with this person if you're in a career, or you could be upskilling in some way. Three of Pentacles normally sees three people and two people discussing another person. It's almost like someone asking who you are, like they're mesmerized by you and like, who is that? And they're like, that's Gemini. So it can be that either your friend has like an extended friendship group of people and you come into contact and they want to know who you are. Let me just pull a quick card on that. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, new person coming on in. You won't be able to see this coming because you got the Eight of Swords there, but aces are new and you've got an 8 there as well. So I feel this is important. Just when you're feeling like doubt with that 8 of Swords, you're feeling stuck in the same position. Ace of Pentacles, the hand of the universe comes in and offers you a new option, the start. I'm actually seeing like a little, it's like a little plant, like a seedling, a budding of something. That's what I'm seeing there. So this is definitely a fresh new start. Something starts to grow with another person, okay? But I feel like you meet them in some sort of crowded environment, or there's like an atmosphere, like an ambiance that's quite enjoyable. For some of you, if you're traveling, I would definitely say there's a strong potential to meet this person traveling. But if not, I feel it could be a group activity, maybe something outside your usual parameters, because I feel like you have to travel or it's an effort to get there is what I'm being given. But this is a hope and a fear position. And the Three of Wands can indicate that you don't want to go back to the past. Okay, that will be a fear, because that would be to feel like you've got no options, or, you know, the present options that you've got, you're like, okay, that's not something I want for my future. And also I'm getting this energy that you don't want someone who's like small-minded, okay, someone who is wanting to have adventure, who's, you know, out there and up for anything, someone who's fun to be with. So I definitely see you're aligned with this person, this new person who's coming on in here for you. I feel that actually the Three Wands highlights you have opportunities, not just opportunity. I feel there is an option for you to attract more than one person. And again, it comes back to this Five of Wands, which perhaps there's going to be rivalry. Perhaps you're going to have to decide who you want. But ultimately, as soon as you meet the person that you're meant to be with, you just lock on and you're like, that's the one. I feel like you're not going to meet this person in the next 6 weeks. I got to be honest with you, because the 6 weeks position, you got the Eight of Pentacles, which is reinvestment in self, focusing on your own needs and prioritizing self-care. So I would say you meet this person, this new person, outside of the next 6 weeks, okay? Now the outcome, we got the Magician. So this is you manifesting, especially since you got the Star, which is in alignment with a wish, and the manifestation card with the Magician there indicates that you are going to make your dream become true. Whatever it is you want in terms of a relationship, it shall show up for you. And the Magician card indicates you got this. It means that you are in a state of making things happen. So I feel like you may be taking action to do something, to change your circumstances, because you're feeling frustrated by being in one place. And I just get this energy of you going out there. This card actually means you have infinite possibilities to meet this person. So no matter what you do, you will meet this person, this new person. However, you must do something to put yourself in a position to meet this person. So if you are a homebody, for example, and you find it hard to get out, you don't have much time, it could be that you lock on to chat forums, for example, maybe even chat forums that are connected to things that you enjoy rather than dating websites, for example. So it could be something that you connect to online if you have a set of circumstances where you are not readily available to be out and about and you know, going to certain events. But either way, the Ten of Wands indicates you're in a period right now of clearing space, releasing the excess, you know, emotions, people, relationships, situations from your past that no longer deserve a place in your life as you move forward. And the Ten of Wands, you know, it can indicate, yes, finding love is a challenge, but there are possibilities. And I feel you are clearing space to allow a healthy love to come on in. And I feel you are ready for change. But the Ten of Wands means you're so close. You know, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Ten of Wands, the figure, you know, is so close to the home space. So close. And because I'm being given this energy of support here as well, I almost feel like your friend, or if you are currently searching for your soul tribe, you could do something that you're passionate about, and you know, there's a lot of creativity there. It could be a group of people that get together, maybe you meet new people, and they kind of like invite you to something where they know you could meet a new person, or perhaps they have someone in mind. You know, I don't feel there's a setup here, because the Magician card tells me that you have free will, that you're doing this yourself, okay? But I just get this energy of you meeting a person, and it's outside the 6-week period though, okay? So this time is for you. It is investment in self. So we've got confusion, okay? So some of you could literally be confused as to why you're single right now, but sometimes we're put on pause on purpose to focus on our purpose. We have priorities. We've also got daydream, and we've got respect. Okay, so confusion can be that you don't know who to choose, because it looks like you will have options, but you need to tap into, how you feel about that person or each person, and visualize the sort of life that you would have with each person. I mean, there's going to be one person who's closer to your heart, and it's always important to follow your heart, of course. The heart knows the way, but, sometimes if we make a decision with our head alone, the heart will whisper and whisper and whisper and lament for a long time until eventually you give in and you return to the heart's decision. So just something to think about there. But the confusion there, some of you could be like confused about a past situation. If you feel someone breadcrumbed you, ghosted you, or did not give you the respect that you truly deserve in a relationship, this was not about you. This was about them. This was them projecting their feelings into the relationship. They were avoidant, and I feel they're running away from something that perhaps they need to resolve within themselves before they can actually commit to a relationship. And you got caught in the crossfire is what I'm seeing there, but it now sets you free in order to meet the person that will really respect love and be careful with your beautiful heart and love you in the way that you hope. Now, we do have daydream, so this is about visualizing the sort of person you want, being clear about that, because it connects to the magician, which means your manifestations turn into a reality. And then, of course, we've got two hands supporting each other like a rapport, but also a relationship that walks this journey through the test of time. And it says here, respect. That's often the Emperor energy. So I would say, because you're starting with the Empress, which is number 3 in the major arcanas, and then, of course, number 40, when you reduce it, 4 plus 0 is 4, Emperor energy, foundation of trust, respect, and you meeting a person who wants the same things, a nurtured relationship where, it's passionate, it's comfortable as well, and you just feel secure knowing that this new person has got your back, and vice versa. So yeah, I do see you're on the trajectory to meet a new person. We have, oh my gosh, look at that. We've got a hand and another hand. So again, maybe you go to a place where you craft something with your hands, or, I was seeing this wrist band. So, the hand and the wristband, this is significant for some reason. So every image I see, there's a reason why I see it. So this could be relevant for some of you. When you go into an event, sometimes there can be like a stamp as well on the hand to acknowledge that you have to get into the event, like a pass type thing. So maybe that's it. Or maybe this kind of is symbolic that you're about to meet a person who is worthy of your love, and they pass the tests of all your spirit guides and, all your family lineage who are in spirit, who are guiding you and saying, yeah, that one's perfect. Only the best will do for you, my beautiful Gemini, because you are a true gem. So I feel like you're going to meet a person where, they also like public displays of affection. So if you don't, then of course you'll communicate that and they will adjust accordingly. But I feel like hand in hand, you're going to literally meet somebody, and maybe it's that you have to hold their hand in some way. Because I'm actually seeing someone like get off a boat, a sailboat right now. When someone holds your hand and then helps you over like the little bridge bit between getting off the boat and the shore. I'm just seeing that right now, random, but maybe it's relevant. So please take it as it resonates. Maybe it's symbolic of you transitioning towards a greater time in love and meeting the person you're meant to be with. So I'll leave it there. Hopefully it's relevant in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.